Hello, my absolutely beautiful Capricorn friends, and welcome to your horoscope for July of 2023. We're Capricorn this month. We've got Venus taking that retrograde. We are going to do the reassessment throughout the 8th house. Now, this is absolutely fantastic because, first of all, when we're talking about the 8th house, we're talking about intimacy, we're talking about assets, and we're also talking about places where we can detox and we can surrender in order to step into a different level of power. And, the fact of the matter is, Capricorn, your value system and structure has changed greatly since 2015. I mean, I would be shocked if you looked around your life today and you said, Stormie, you know what? Everything in my life is exactly the same. I feel the same way about relationships. I feel the same way about money. I'm still having the same challenges I was having at a deep level. My astrology is the same. I would be shocked. So this month you get an opportunity to do a revaluing, reassessment of this particular 8th house area of your life, and I just absolutely love it for you. So let's jump in and see what else is going on this month. So first of all, on the 3rd of the month, we have got a full moon happening at 11 degrees of your sign, okay? So this is in your first house, your energy space, your body, your external circumstances, your identity, right? Now, the full moon, Capricorn, is asking you to end something, acknowledge something, or to make an adjustment. And the adjustment is, okay, where have you not been, or you've been slacking off a little bit on taking some responsibility or meeting obligations, or you've been kind of doing the half-assed job on it. You know what I'm talking about, okay? And so this full moon is like, no, let's get back on the wagon, let's get back on the bucket and do what we need to do, because this lunation also opposes Mercury. Nice little trine to Jupiter, got a conversation going with Saturn as well. So it's really giving you some stabilizing and practical help to help you pick up the responsibilities that you need to. But now to the other side, Capricorn, one of the things I think so much about this moon for you is that it's showing you where some things are actually not your responsibility, and it is not your obligation to carry that anymore. You know, what Capricorn does very well, once it understands this managerial skill, is delegates. It delegates. Where do you need to delegate? And let your family deal with their stuff. It doesn't mean you're like, it's me versus them, but it's like, you know what? My mom's going through a thing. My dad's going through a thing. I have offered help. They don't want help. They are of conscious, rational mind. I can let them do it. Where is it that, with the children, or where is it in your other relationships where you're like, no, I do my part. I move and I act and I think with love and I do my part responsibly, but I also have to let other people do theirs without me carrying their share, right? This is a really big lesson in terms of relationships. And it's not just romantic relationships, it's business relationships, it's all of them. So this place of I own and I am responsible for myself meets interdependence with another human being or another relationship. This is the sweet spot in the middle that the full moon's calling us to. When we get to the 10th, we see Mars move into the energy of Virgo. Now, this is going to light up your 9th house space: publishing, marketing, broadcasting, higher education, teaching, studying, international travel, speaking a new language, having a different level of faith or philosophy that guides your life. Whatever it is, Mars, first of all, changes the direction and it changes the speed of something that you're working on, right? It's like, change, here we go, we're doing it different. Mostly Mars in Virgo is going to help you get things done in this 9th house, okay? Because really, first of all, remember, Virgo is an earth energy, and our earth energies are enduring. You are an earth energy. You know about the level of endurance. So if we got to work until our backs break and get all the details and get it perfect and make it really quality, this is the kind of energy that can help you do that. I also love that Virgo comes well equipped with discernment. So it helps you see what is actually the priority for you to be working on, right? You got schoolwork or classes that you're taking on. Okay, well, which one is actually the priority? Yes, you have many assignments, but which one is due first? Which one's going to take you longer, right? Like whatever it is where there's a step-by-step discerning process, the Virgo energy helps you get that done. Now, Mars is Mars, so if there is tension or there's conflict that needs to happen, or there's a conflict for you, Capricorn, about your beliefs, your philosophies, maybe something with a teacher and you're like, I don't know if I believe that teacher anymore, whatever the inflammation is. Remember, Virgo is a very, very good medical practitioner, so I'm sure there's a little ibuprofen to bring down that inflammation. On the 11th, we see Mercury move into the energy of Leo. Mercury in Leo lights up the 8th house space for you. And this is where we're going to see a lot of work and a lot of concentration happening for you at this particular point in the month. Yes, Venus has been traveling through there, but we're going to have Mercury, Venus, the sun all jump into this space, okay? And Mars left it all hot and bothered, waiting for your attention, I assure you. Okay, Mercury gets into Leo, into this 8th house. So the first thing we've got going on is big thinking, right? We're thinking big, we're thinking bold, you're thinking like a fire sign, you're thinking like a Leo. Now, where this is great and useful for you in this 8th house is to make a big decision. Like, make a big decision. I am going to 8th house intimately get together with this person, right? I'm going to intimately do it. And we're not just having some sex, okay? Right? I'm going to intimately let this person, be vulnerable with this person, go deeper level where I feel like you're safe and I can genuinely connect with you. And this can be, with your partner, a partner you're taking to the next level. This can also be in therapy. I'm going to reveal myself in business, in the work that you're doing, in a collaboration. There's a revealing and you're talking about it, right? In some way you are talking about it and you are expressing it. This is Leo fire energy. And whatever you're doing, be a leader at it. Don't shy away from what you're doing. Leo is a fire energy. Fire is not like, oh, I'll just wait in the back over there, okay? No, lead. Be a leader in what you're doing and what you're speaking, because there is a level of what you're sharing that will literally detox your spirit and leave space for you to call in what you want and what you need and what you'd like to experience. Now, on the 17th, we've got a new moon happening at 24 degrees of Cancer. So this is, of course, right across the street from you. That 7th house is lit. It is ready to rock and roll. And you're planting your seeds of intention to begin something new in this moon cycle, in this moon family, where you are saying, I am willing to support or have support in these ways. Okay? Now, it's interesting because this moon is in opposition to Pluto. Okay, this is a big deal because what it can be is that Pluto on the other side, in one scenario, Pluto on the other side can represent, I'm afraid to do this. Like, I'm scared. This will require a massive transformation for me to say I need help to allow the support to come into my life, right? But the other version of this is that Pluto represents your empowerment. You have been burnt to the ground. You've been crispy already, and now you have risen. You are that phoenix, and you know it. And so you're bridging the gap here in this opposition of, yes, I need support, but I am also able to stand on my own. That is the story, I think, of this set of moons that we're working with this month, is so much about creating an interdependence, moving away from the solo dependence, the codependence, finding that sweet, delicious spot in the middle where you realize, yes, there's a lot I can do on my own, but there's also a lot I need support with, and I'm looking for the sweet spot. Yes, I am a part of a family, but everything going on here is not my doing, right? So however that conversation, let me know in the comment section down below. How does this resonate for you when you're even listening to this? Whether it's your family or it's not, what's it bringing up for you where you're trying to find that sweet spot? Now, the 22nd is busy. We've got Venus stepping into retrograde and the sun moving into the energy of Leo. Lots of busy energy going that day, okay? Now, the Venus retrograde, if you did not watch my video with Nicholas Polomonakis from Sparkles of Gold Astrology, where we covered in depth the Venus retrograde and Leo cycle, I'm going to make sure that the video is at the end of this video. You can also find it on my homepage in the playlist, but check that out. We get into dates, into timing, everything. We walk you right through it, okay? But what you want to know is that this retrograde is going to go from 28 degrees of Leo to 12 degrees of Leo. So this is what you are watching on your chart. And again, if you don't have a chart, pull a free one at astro.com or come get a detailed one from me, okay? Because you want to know exactly Where are you reassessing, rethinking, relooking at major undertakings in your relationships, your finances, where you're going to detox, where you're going to let something go? Does something pass off of the scene in your life, and you are wanting to be prepared with how to do that reassessment? Also, you value something, probably relationships and intimacy, way different than I think you ever did before, Capricorn. So what are you bringing to the table now? And many of you might be feeling this already, okay? I mean, it's a major rearrangement. Now, flashback into your life into 2015. You got the same themes coming up around relationships and around finances, but particularly around this concept of intimacy and detox, okay? So in 2015, what were you doing? What did you give up? It wasn't quite what you wanted. You know, it was perfect because it's always perfect, but it wasn't quite what you wanted. And now this cycle is actually offering the reevaluation and the healing to that. And you'll have plenty of motivation with the sun traveling through Leo to get that work done. On the 23rd, Chiron is going to step into its retrograde at 19 degrees of Aries, and we're going to back that thing up all the way to 15 degrees of Aries. Now, Chiron, we talk about being the wounded healer. Okay, so you know the wound, and this has been about the wound of the identity, the wound at home, your identity at home in your family unit, in your lineage. Some of you have done just such a beautiful job here in the present plane that you are now working on that generational ancestral lineage kind of healing, okay? So the identity piece, you have known the wound. I mean, somebody pushes on it a little bit and it hurts because you're like, I don't know who I am. Or I know who I've been and I'm not sure if I've outgrown that person, or maybe these people still see me this way, because this is lighting up your fourth house: home, family, real estate, property. Could I ever have a home? Maybe I'm not built for relationships. This is the resonance of that wound, okay? But now, as Chiron has been working here, think back into your identity over this last 3 years, Capricorn. You are different. There has been a healing. You are not looking at this area of your life. You're not looking at your family. You're not looking at your physical home. You're not looking at your ideas of marriage as if you were looking through the lens of a wound. Today you're looking through a lens that's a little bit clearer, and because it's had some healing. So this is a phenomenal time for you as we do this retrograde all the way until December 26th to go back, look at the programming, look at the story you're telling yourself, recognize and bring forth and really step into the seat, sit into the hands of the universe with this new identity and say, thank you for letting me heal and let me see this differently. And at the same time, you may find that you've got friends around you, family around you, somebody around you coming to you and they're telling you about their family and you're like, listen, I know all about that. But you're able to be helpful because you're not looking through the wound anymore. The wound says, yeah, F your family, everybody should move out, don't ever talk to them. And the healed version says, let's maybe come from a different perspective and see what else there is to offer here. You know what I'm talking about. I know you know what I'm talking about. Okay. On the 28th, we're going to close out this month with Mercury moving into the energy of Virgo. And I want to remind you that Mercury whips and zips through these signs. I mean, it spends like 3 weeks and then it's gone, it's moved on, and it's done for the year. But right now we're going to invest in Mercury and Virgo because we're also going to retrograde here. So we've got until July 28th, moving all the way through that beginning portion of October to be looking at this Virgo area of your chart. So the 9th house, publishing, marketing, broadcasting, teachers, expansion, higher education, travel, philosophies, faith, all of this, you're going to be doing the review. But we've also got Mars in the energy of Virgo at this time too. So now we've got the mind and the action, the mind and the body in the same place, which is just such the battle, isn't it? So here, what I'm going to advise for you is be factual. Take action on things that are factual. Help people, share knowledge with people, being of service, putting your mind and your fingertips to work to help others will literally set your spirit free. It will bring you relief when all other activities, including taking a nap and journaling, don't work. There is something absolutely brilliant about being aware of the ability to get out of yourself by helping another person that helps you it's like your spirit is analyzing, Virgo, and discerning what was really going on and bothering you and eating you with before. And then you know what you can do? You can step into that Leo house and detox what's not needed anymore. All right, my beautiful Capricorns, I hope you have a gorgeous month. Please let me know in the comment section how this is shaken out for you. You've had a lot of changes in this last few years, and I just want you to know I'm proud of you, and wherever you're at today, it's absolutely perfect. So let's keep growing, okay? All right, my beautiful friends, have a gorgeous month.